Thank you very much for staying with TV3. This is still Midday Live, and we are delving straight into the 100 days of the current administration, the New Patriotic Party government. And you would recall that yesterday, the 17th of April, was exactly 100 days after the president was sworn in. His vice, that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, says that government saved the nation some $300 million in the first 100 days through cancellation of some 20 poorly thought out power purchasing agreements entered into by the previous NDC administration. At his first State of the Nation address, President Akufo-Addo noted that he was left with heavily indebted energy sector that owed the private partners a total of $2.4 billion as of the end of December 2016.
$800 million out of the total $2.4 billion as at December 2016 was owed to local banks, which was threatening their stability and that of the financial sector. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, stated the review of some of these energy agreements was a good thing for the country.
You are going to have to address this relief matter more fundamentally. The cost of electricity is high. We've signed some pretty bad deals as far as electricity production is concerned. Our fuel costs are high, so we are reducing. In fact, we are renegotiating terms of fuel supply, for example, and we are saving about $15 million a year as a result of the renegotiations that have taken place.
Government continues to re-echo its commitments to the one district, one factory policy. Dr. Bawumia disclosed government stimulus packages for some 100 distressed but viable companies to be identified by the Association of Ghana Industries.
We are coming out with a stimulus package, and 220 million Ghana cedis has been allocated to support distressed but viable companies around the country.
The CEO of AGI, Seth Chumakwabwa, says the stimulus package goes beyond money.
It could be a bit of technical input in terms of equipment. It could be technical support by bringing consultants to reorganize their factories. It could be marketing. Government is the largest procurer of goods and services. Government may decide that for a particular item which were being imported, I would make sure that once you are using internally generated funds, I will buy from local companies.
Government has intervened in propping up a steel factory that was in distress and closed down in October 2016 over disputed tariffs. According to the Vice President, the steel industry saved 400 jobs in that company. Dr. Bawumia also said government has increased the country's foreign reserve from less than $6 billion to $8 billion within the last 100 days. He indicated there is more confidence in the economy, with the stability returning to the currency.
We've restored confidence in the macroeconomy by anchoring fiscal policy on these pillars of credibility, clarity, and transparency.
The Vice President said the 2017 budget created the fiscal space needed for development by capping earmarked funds at 25% of government revenue and realigning expenditures to government priorities.